Hi there, Abdullah. Welcome to your first essay correction. My name's Andrew, and I work at IELTSpodcast.com here with Ben and the others. Thank you very much for submitting these, your first essays, and well done for getting this far in the course. It's always nice to see people applying the rules and sticking to the structure. It's very nice to see indeed. I'd like to apologise for submitting these late to you. I did not see them in the other inbox, and I will make absolutely sure that all of your essays are returned on time from now on. What we try to do with these corrections is offer you some advice for each sentence to make a small improvement to it, and then over time, over multiple corrections, we arrive at a point where you're producing fantastic academic writing. The whole point of academic writing is that we learn to essentially tell the truth as best we can. We're looking to convey an idea, to make an argument, to express a view in a credible manner. So here, for instance, the word main is not super academic. What we can do, I'll put some corrections in the text. So key, pivotal, fundamental would all be good. Fundamental. However, the connection, I would say between, specifically between. Okay, it's not going to tolerate my red, is it? We must make it easy to read, though. The connection between relatives is becoming intermittent these days. This word does not really describe the connections between people very well. I would suggest actually, you know what? If we add the word increasingly, if we say that the connection between relatives is becoming increasingly intermittent these days, I will just about allow that. In this essay, I will demonstrate why I strongly believe that the contact between family members, plural family members, is reducing by using examples from social media apps and real-life situations that demonstrate my view. We want to make a point of saying why we are using these examples. What's our reasoning? Firstly, although they invented the social media apps to connect people together, I would say here what we should have instead is also we don't need this capital letter here, so let's turn it off. Although social media applications were created to bring people together, not that comma there, makes is not accurate enough. The word makes, to make something, because it can mean to force or to create. So we want to keep ambiguous words out of academic essays and use only precise language. So firstly, although social media applications were created to bring people together, let's say originally created to bring people together, they have effectively not harmed communication. They have effectively, so as an effect, they have effectively increased the social distance between people. Let's say social platforms, because apps is a shorthand for applications, and we don't use contractions or shorthand in academic essays. We only use the full words. And we don't need that comma, and we don't need that comma, because it's social platforms such as Facebook and WhatsApp are the main reason. So this it's too strong a statement. Number one, you cannot say that Facebook and WhatsApp are the main reason for ruining relationships Don't forget, to ruin is to destroy completely. To ruin is to destroy beyond effective use, beyond recognition. If it's ruined, it is unusable. So this is too strong a statement for here. And that time wasted for no reason, we don't need this, because time wasted would obviously have no reason behind it, otherwise it would not be wasted time. So here, instead of ruining, I would have deteriorating relationships. That is, gradually tending towards ruin. Degradation, deteriorating relationships are the main reason behind a key reason. Social platforms such as Facebook and WhatsApp are a key reason behind deteriorating relationships. Due to time wasted that could be better spent communicating with family. So this should be, a recent survey by Western University showed, well done for using the past tense there, that teenagers spend more than 3 hours chatting with people they don't know on the internet. For how long? When? So first things first, that how many teenagers? What percent of teenagers do this? That more than 3 hours chatting people they don't, and also never use contractions. So we can actually get rid of this. Strangers on the internet. How many teenagers spend more than 3 hours chatting with strangers on the internet? Every, is it day, week, hour, second? Therefore, spending time with strangers leads to reduced time with families. Therefore, spending time with strangers leads to reduced time with families. Online. Let's give a brief where. So now we've made this a little bit more accurate. Secondly, not after a comma, and also no space before a comma. Secondly, I would say the modern cost of living, I'll get rid of all that, the modern cost of living has forced, I'll tell you what actually, often forces both parents to work to cover these costs. As a result, comma, parents are leaving their children, this is two separate words, for a long time, but also it's not specific enough. I would say for extended periods of time. So you've said the same thing twice there. Parents are leaving their children for extended periods of time, which means less time to allocate to their children. So we need to talk about a consequence. So as a result, parents are leaving their children for extended periods of time, which, of course, reduces the contact they have. Statistics show that 65% of the parents in Spain are working for more than 6 hours daily. That's not a very big working day, though. Many others work for far many more hours than that. As a consequence of let's say increasing professional demands on parents communication between them and their children has become, let's say, significantly limited. To conclude, from the examples and arguments given, I have to stop doing this. Thanks very much. It is clear that the internet and modern life, I tell you what, the cost of modern life has affected the communication between relatives negatively. So here we would put this here. Negatively affected. It is predicted that contact among family members will decrease in the future because of the ever-growing popularity of technology. So there is your first one. We've expanded it slightly more. We've used some more academic vocabulary. We've varied your language somewhat. And as a result, we have a much better essay. So concentrate on the corrections I provided there, and let's move on to your second essay. So this one I'm going to read through, and you should correct it along with me. So my first pointer for this one would be not to use this quote in the beginning. One, you've used this mark here and this mark here, so it's inconsistent. What I would say instead of commenting on how essential a book is with this quote, I would do it literally. So I would say, it has long been thought that the most valuable education tool is the book. However, I believe that nowadays this is not true. Everything has not improved. The world is still awful, but some things have improved. So be specific and tell me what has improved. It is difficult to learn a multitude of skills by reading alone. Doing alternative activities will add a lot of skills to our personality. Depersonalize it. Don't talk about me, you, us, or them. Our personalities should become our personality. In this essay, I will explain why I believe that doing alternative educational activities is better than reading alone by using examples such as console gaming and sporting activities. Firstly, playing on games consoles. Again, this is not necessary and neither is this. Such as PlayStation improves active skills and spatial awareness. These skills cannot be gained by reading because there must be a motivation to adopt those skills. A recent survey by the CHD showed that video games stimulate the inner mind. This needs to be expanded. What abilities are they? How are they being developed? More detail, please. You're trying to convince me that this is true, and so you really must include as much information as possible. Therefore, video games help. They help, or it helps. So video games help. No plural. Children to acquire new abilities which will help them in the future. How will it help them in the future? How will they be applied? What will happen? We must expand our ideas more fully. Secondly, there is no doubt that reading cannot provide abilities as sports do. Again, with these skills such as competitiveness, we don't refer to souls in academic essays. Skills such as competitiveness and physical fitness can be gained by playing sports such as football. Statistics have repeatedly shown that children who are playing sports in their free time are fitter than others by around 70%. As a consequence, teaching physical education leads to a healthier life. This is a comparative, it's not an objective statement. Leads to a healthier life. To conclude, from the examples and arguments, it is clear that doing activities like video games and physical activities is more beneficial, because it's the doing that is. Doing activities and playing video games is more beneficial. Doing is more beneficial than reading. It is predicted that more children will continue to that children will favour performing activities that provide excitement, or that provide more excitement than reading books. So with this one, you need to expand your ideas quite a lot more. With this one, we needed to do some additional corrections as well, but I've provided those for you there. Have a good study of that. I will send you this document as well, so that you can leave comments. If you want to ask me a question, you can right-click and leave a comment. We will both have access to this document, and we will both be able to visit it and edit it, so that you can ask me whatever you like. So have a good read through these. Send over your next tasks, as well as participating in some discussion over these ones, and I will get them back to you as soon as possible. Well done so far, Abdullah, and have a lovely day. Speak soon.